Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm finally taking a look at the 9 new Ninjago sets for summer 2022. 8 of these are part of the new Crystallized sub-theme, because it kind of seems to be the end of Ninjago as we know it this summer. I didn't make a video yesterday because I was waiting for these to be uploaded in glorious HD on the Shop at Home site. That never happened, so I'm on promo bricks because I want to spend a long time talking about these. First off, we have the only core set that's coming in the summer, the Dragon Temple. This has 161 pieces for 40 euros, so that means $40. I don't really like the set here. The color scheme on the dragon is interesting. I really like the blue head, but the actual build sucks, and I still hate those raptor legs on it. This build looks pretty cool, but again, super juniorized, and I don't really care about pretty much anything else from the entire core theme, because I just think it's too kiddish and like extremely dumbed down. Going into the crystallized sets now, we have Jay's Gold Dragon Motorbike with 137 pieces for $20. I really love the box art on these sets because I love the crystal theme with like the magenta colors. You have a Vengestone Warrior or a Vengestone Brute in this set. I don't really know the distinction between them yet. And then you also have Golden Dragon Armor Jay. I think that the bike here looks okay, but this does not look like a good $20 set to me. This is a $15 set if I've ever seen one. I really expected the bike to be more built up for that price, but the minifigures are awesome because I love this new piece on the Vengestone character. I really like that new blade piece. And then the Golden Dragon armor is an interesting concept. I don't like these nunchucks of lightning. I think that they look significantly worse than the ones that we've gotten in the legacy sets. I also don't know how to feel about this armor piece, like this kind of dragon hood wrap. Again, it's interesting, but I just don't love the way it fits around their head. The shoulder armor looks cool, and I do like the wings, but yeah, I guess was expecting something a little bit different from these dragon minifigures this year. Next up, we have Cole's Dragon Racer with 384 pieces for $45 or 45 euros. The minifigures here are a Vengestone Brute, again, I think, a Sphera, like Vengestone Sphera, and then you get Golden Cole, and then the Dragon Armor Kai. I am very glad to see returning villains. Sphera, I think that is a new crystal mold, although I'm surprised she's not golden. I have not seen past season 10 of Ninjago, so I don't know if she like turned like black instead of gold. But I'm really glad to get a new color for that snake piece. The new crystal blades are really, really awesome. And I do think Golden Kai looks better than Golden Jay because the red stands out a lot better than the trans yellow. And those are transparent legs. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I do think I like these dragon guys. I just don't think I liked it on Jay. Although I don't like this new Sword of Fire mold either. I think it looks really stupid. But hey, at least we have a good Sword of Fire mold from the last, whatever, like several years of Ninjago. The build here does not look worth $45 to me either. This really looks like maybe a $40 set. And it is kind of similar to the Rock Raider from like 2016, like some people had mentioned. But yeah, I'm not particularly enamored with this build. I've always hated the orange color scheme for Cole. Like the orange and black and gold is just too much altogether. I think just black and gold would look much, much cleaner. So yeah, I'm not really impressed by the build. Next up, we have Zane's Golden Dragon Jet. This has 258 pieces for $30. I knew the price of this set, but for some reason, looking at the box, I thought this was a $50 or $60 set because I feel like it does look really, really large on the box. We have two exclusive figures here, the Skull Sorcerer and Golden Dragon Armor Cole. And I do want to actually mention just about the regular Golden Ninja minifigures in these sets. I like how they're thematically like tied together with their golden hood and armor and arms, but they still have like their main color on the torso. It kind of pulls it out of being like fully golden a little bit, but at the same time, I like how much character they're keeping for each character, just through their printing. The Skull Sorcerer looks awesome. Again, love that new crystal piece, but I would have liked to see some crystal action like going on their face. And Cole looks okay, but again, I just don't think like colors like yellow and orange blend super well with gold. And I mean, what's interesting is that they look like NRG, like powered up versions because of all the transparency. Onto the actual build here for $30. Like I said, I think this is a slam dunk. I love this build so much. Like this is probably my favorite $30 Ninjago set in a really long time. I think it's got a couple of features because it can like whip the wings like back and forth, so that's really awesome. And I just really love the way that the front of the jet is built and how it's angled downwards with Zane's iconic like transparent blue colors. I also really love the shaping at the back. It's awesome to see those spinner crown pieces still in use, and I think that might be a new color for them. We have that awesome like trapezoidal flag piece used back here, and I really like the way that these like engine parts are built up. I think that's a new piece. It looks like one of the existing rock pieces, but it's not exactly the same, and I don't think I've seen it before. I do hope that these pieces are actually gold, though. Like, I know they look gold on the box, but they better. Yeah, I think they are gold in real life, so that's good, because I feel like sometimes LEGO makes things look cooler on the box than they are in real life. The Temple of the Crystal King has been hotly anticipated by a lot of fans. This has 703 pieces and will retail for $80. You get all four of the main original ninja in this set, and I do like their uniforms. You also got a Vengestone Brute and the Crystal King with four arms. Always good to see four-armed Ninjago villains, as well as a new Oni-style mask. Yes, these images are not the best quality. That's why I wish that these were just up on Shop at Home. Don't know why it's taking them so long. But I do want to go to clearer images before I talk about the build. I just wanted to give you a slightly better look at the Crystal King himself, who is rumored to be the Overlord. And that makes a lot of sense with the black, the gold, the purple color scheme, because that is very much in style for the Overlord. So here is the build. I was a little bit worried about it at first when I heard about all of the different platforms that it kind of included, but I think that this works pretty well. You start down here, and I love the way that LEGO has built the stairs. These new Shuriken of Ice molds are really cool considering that I didn't think we needed them. I don't really like the other golden weapon molds in this set. Don't like the new Sword of Fire. I think it looks horrible. Like, that's just a bad piece in my opinion. Even just outside of the context of it, if it's how it's supposed to be the Sword of Fire, I just don't think it looks good. Then I don't like the Nunchucks of Lightning. I already said that. And the Scythe of Quakes is nice, but it's just too short. But anyway, back to the platforms. There's a bunch of booby traps here. You can see like moving functions, levers. There's like blades that'll be able to swing back and forth. And I really like the way that like all of these steps are built, and so I'm really excited to see like all of these booby traps in action. So I guess the goal is to kind of jump around the temple and collect the weapons. So you've got all of these little platforms, and then you get to the main one, which is supported by trans dark pink Technic lift arms, and then you build up to like this epic rock structure with all of these blades at the top, and I just think that that looks really, really cool. I love getting these rock pieces in trans dark pink as a cage. That's just a really well-built cage in my opinion. I just think my biggest problem with this set is that there's not really space to do anything. Like, there's a bunch of action features, but there doesn't seem to be any interior detail at all, which I do think kind of sucks. I think a great part about LEGO temples are how much interior detail they can have, but in this one you have like the tiniest throne. Like, this is such a small throne for a villain of this size. I mean, it does have like the Overlord consistent rib cage like appearance, but I don't know. I'm just not very happy with that. Even though I love the way this looks, I do wish it had a little bit of an interior. But the box shows, you know, like some of the action features, like the exploding stairs, how you can push people off. Looks like, yeah, like falling blades and the prison. So I'm really excited to get this and build it because I think it'll look cool, but I just wish that there was kind of more substance to it, if that makes sense. And now we come to what's probably my most anticipated set from 2022, the Crystal King himself. This has 723 pieces. It'll be 60 euros, but $70. And that does make sense because when I saw these pictures, I was like, there's no way that's $60. That's way too good of a deal. Looking at the minifigures, we have three exclusives here. We get a brand new Harumi, a new variant of the Crystal King, and I think this is the only set with regular Lloyd. This Crystal King, I like that there's an exclusive four-armed version in the other set, but I do believe it's the same mask, just with different horns. Vengestone characters look awesome as always, and there's just so many new crystal blade pieces that are really cool. Harumi has these awesome transparent pink katanas, which also come in other sets, and she seems to be possessed by the Crystal King, because in better photos you can see that her eyes are actually glowing a dark pink, and I really like the purple on her costume as well. I really liked Harumi as a character. She was probably my favorite parts of seasons 8 and 9, so I'm excited to see her brought back. The build itself just looks epic. Like, I feel like there's no other way to put it. It's this kind of centaur-like creature, except its back isn't that long. Like I kind of expected it to go further back for like the height to be balanced out a little bit more. Not quite as much as an actual centaur. But there doesn't seem to be like many features because the back of the box is pretty empty. It just shows you how you can put the Crystal King inside. And yeah, that like those like golden claws, that's totally an Overlord feature. Like that ribcage like look that I mentioned in the Crystal King set, that's so Overlord, and I love it. I've really missed that. So I really like the shaping. I guess we might as well just start in the middle of the body here. I love this transparent dark pink cockpit. I think that's a new color for that common piece. Which would be, or it's not super common actually. That's a different piece than what I initially thought it was. But yeah, that has to be a new color for that piece, and it's really cool. And I love the shaping around the waist with the curves, the little like flap here, and the legs also just look perfect. The front ones are like really strong and rocky, and I love the way that the feet are done as well with the toes. The back legs are black, so I don't love like the color difference, but they do look pretty cool. I just kind of wish there was something covering up those studs a little bit. The tail, from what little we can see of it, looks pretty good as well. The arms are again like strong, gray, rocky, good consistent color scheme, good consistent design. I love the hands. I was complaining in the recent Marvel Mech reviews about how I hate it when LEGO doesn't put claws on these Exoforce arm pieces, because when they have claws, they are the perfect LEGO hands, and when they don't, they're really annoying. So the hands are perfect here. I really like the head. This entire thing kind of looks like the werewolf overlord from the end of season 2, of season 2 of LEGO Ninjago. And I like how it's topped off with those spikes. It's also got these like little wings coming out of the back, which doesn't look like it can help it fly, but I just think that they look nice and they definitely add to the presence of the build. And then it's also holding this staff, which again, I kind of thought would be a little bit bigger, but that's not really a complaint. It's just something I wasn't expecting. So yeah, I'm obsessed with this build. I think it looks incredible. I cannot wait to assemble this. And sorry about that. I can see this being a set that I will keep on display for a very, very long time. Now we go from my most anticipated set to what I think is my least anticipated. This is Kai's Golden Dragon Raider. This has 624 pieces for 90 US dollars. I feel like that's one of the worst price to parts ratios I've ever seen on a LEGO Ninjago set. But to be fair, there are some good things about this as well. I do like the Golden Dragon Zane, again, because this color pairs much better with the gold than warm colors like yellow and orange. Like, the contrast just makes like him and Kai look way better than Cole and Jay, in my opinion. We also have Mr. F, not Mr. E. It was rumored that this was Mr. E. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, I don't know if Mr. E has been upgraded and is now calling himself Mr. F. But I mean, hey, that figure looks interesting. Like I said, I love the trans dark pink. Like, LEGO knows what I want. Trans dark pink crystals molded into my minifigures. We also get Skylar and Golden Kai in this set. Skylar looks good, Golden Kai looks good as well, and 3 Vengestone Brutes. Or maybe some of those are warriors because the torso prints are different. But that's pretty cool because this is a really good army building set then. The only problem is I don't like the build. I think that this build looks really, really bad. Like, I just don't like it at all. I don't know what function this is trying to imply it has here. Like, I guess it can like fold up. Is that what it's saying? That like the front wheels can like fold up? I don't know. I feel like this box does not adequately convey anything of what this set can do. But I just think this thing looks like a mess. It looks like a bug, but like also it doesn't. Like, I don't know. Like, I honestly, like, looking at this set, I don't even know what I'm looking at because it just looks like such a mess to me. Like, the front makes it look like kind of like a praying mantis, like if it was lying like on its belly. I like the back wheels and I like the blades, but yeah, this whole thing is just, it's a mess. I feel like there's no other way to put it. It just looks like a complete and utter mess. And for $90, no. Like, I want to buy all of these sets because it's the end of Ninjago and I want to collect all the minifigures. But this one was a hard sell for me just from the description and seeing this build. This is not a $90 set. This is like barely even a $70 set. But I mean, okay, it's got a lot of minifigures. This is a $70 set, but 90, I have no idea what LEGO is thinking. And with a build like this, I don't think it's going to sell well. So yeah, this is definitely like very disappointing to me. Now we go to a set that's pleasantly surprised me. This is Lloyd's Ultra or Golden Ultra Dragon, 989 pieces for $140. We're going to come back to that price. But this one has been a very, very pleasant surprise. I am like in love with this set in a way that I did not expect to be. Well, maybe love is a little bit too strong of a word because I do have some issues still. But overall, I'm like extremely happy with how this has turned out. First of all, look at that golden Oni Lloyd. That is a sick minifigure. That is freaking amazing. I think that's a new. No, actually, maybe it's not a new Oni helmet mold. I thought it was, but maybe it's not. We do have the four-armed Crystal King in this set, so I guess he's not exclusive to the temple. But yeah, just these two going up against each other, that looks amazing. The other minifigures in this set, you get all of the other Golden Ninja, and like I said, I do like how these guys look together. I do. I'm a little bit on the fence still, so I'll see in person as well. But I think I'm pretty happy with that. And then you do get some Vengestone Warrior figures in this set as well, so that's nice. And now it's time to talk about the build, because LEGO, you have converted me. I was not looking forward to this set. I did not like the Legacy Ultra Dragon, but wow. The build for this dragon's body has blown me away. First of all, look at all the gold. This is an overwhelming amount of gold, and I love it because LEGO, if you're going to make something gold, this is how to do it. Totally fine with mixing dark tan and gold, which LEGO does on the feet. That's perfectly acceptable, but a lot of times when something is supposed to be like predominantly silver or whatever, LEGO will just go with gray. So I was worried that this set would have a lot of gold, but still be very, very dark tan. But no, LEGO went all in on the gold. That's amazing. The dragon heads, I was also really not looking forward to because rumors said that they would integrate like aspects of the minifigure faces to the point where like the fire dragon head would have Kai's scar on his face. That sounded like body horror level, like weird stuff to me. I'm happy to report that it's just the elemental like powers, so I think that that's perfectly fine. I don't love the heads though. I do prefer molded dragon heads. I just don't really like these ones. I don't like this new head mold that they've made for like the bottoms for the bottom jaw and the top jaw of the earth dragon head and the bottom jaw of the lightning dragon head. I do like this like jaw piece and I don't mind this upper piece, but the fire dragon head is the only one that I really like because I think it's the only one that looks like just all around good. The dragon body is like very powerful and bulbous, kind of like that new Lloyd's dragon from the core theme that came out in what was it, January 2022. And I do like the white stripe like going down through its belly as well. Like I'm really excited for that shaping. I think that that's done very well, and it makes this dragon look really heavy but like not fat. Like it makes it look really heavy but like still like extremely strong. As for the parts that I don't, well, actually, let's finish up with the parts I do like. The tail. The tail also looks really like heavy, like a club, and strong. And I'm a big fan of how round and like large this dragon is. I really like that because a lot of times Ninjago dragons are really skinny, but this one just seems to like radiate pure power, even in the legs. The only issue is the wings. The wings are way too small for me. First of all, I don't like this like huge part that sticks up. Like that's so much white, and I don't like these spinner crowns that stick out. Like they almost look like rice cookers to me. Like they're just so unnecessary to me. Like I don't like that. And I do think that the wings are too small. Like I'm not a huge fan of that. Actually, I think there are other images this way that show the wings moving in and out. I don't like that function, and I don't like the size of these wings. They're way too small. I do not believe that this dragon can fly with wings like that. So I'm not happy about that. I wanted better wings. I've wanted better wings on LEGO Ninjago Dragons for a long time because I hate the vinyl wings. And then when they do brick built wings, they do crap like this that's just way too small. Like LEGO, you guys made the perfect dragon wings in 2012. I don't know why you don't just go back to that design, especially now when we're at like the end of like this iteration of Ninjago. I would have really liked to see LEGO go back to like those old like helicopter blade wings because I just think that those were the best dragon wings that LEGO has ever done, like brick built. Because like I said, I'm not a fan of the vinyl on the cloth. I do like the golden Oni Lloyd throne. I think that the like blade pieces look good on this thing, and that's going to be a really nice little thing to display outside of outside of the set. Like if you can't have the whole set on display, that would be a really good thing to just put with some minifigures. Price is the only big issue on this. Now, this has less than 1,000 pieces, but it's $140. Yeah, price per part ratio is not everything. Oh, and here's a really nice look at the minifigures. But yeah, price per part ratio is not everything, and I'm well aware of that. But No. 140? Hell no. I don't know what LEGO's thinking. This is not a $140 set. This is like, this is a $120 set. Easily. But 140? No. This should be 120, like maximum. Maximum. And I'm only saying that because I can't even like see underneath the wings to see like how big the body really is. Although this image of the wings flying makes it seem like it's pretty big. So I'll give LEGO 120. But this should not be 140. That's just absolutely insane. And I don't know why this set and the Kai's set are so overpriced. The final crystallized set is Nia's Samurai X Mech. This has 1,003 pieces, 6 exclusive minifigures, and it'll retail for 120. So basically the price I wanted the Ultra Dragon to be at, and the minifigures here. Just amazing. Actually, I want to see if there is no separate image of them, so I'll just zoom in on the box. But I am so happy with these. Pythor. Pythor is like my favorite Ninjago villain. I'm so happy to see him back. The crystal on his head is dark pink. I don't think it is usually, so again, I think he's being possessed. We've also got the mechanic here. We have a new Oni Garmadon. That looks really cool. We have Nelson. Love that new color for like the hood hat combo. We have an exclusive Samurai X Nia who looks really cool, including a new like little helmet, like crown piece. Wu looks great as well. I'm obsessed with this set, at least in the minifigure lineup. I think it's really awesome. The build here is the largest Ninjago mech ever, but I don't like this one. I was really looking forward to this set too. I thought I would like this set a lot more than the Ultra Dragon set, and surprisingly, it's the other way around. But let's start with the side build really quick. I think that this is just kind of a waste of parts. It looks very awkward, like, because the wings are so... Because this is supposed to be a dragon, and the wings are so large, but the legs are so small. It just doesn't really look like anything. It just looks like a black crystal blob to me. So I think that that's a waste of parts. And I think that the mech is a mess. I hate this color scheme. I hate it. Yes, I know that Nia uses like blue as her like highlight color, but like I don't think it should be her primary color. And I think making it the primary color of this mech was a mistake. I think making this shade of blue the primary color, then coupling it with black, and then coupling it with a big red X in the middle, I just think it's a mess. I don't like that at all, especially the red. Like, I think the black and the blue is already too much, but black and red, or sorry, blue and red, that may have looked better, but it's still like, it would still be kind of too Superman-y to me. So yeah, not a fan of the color scheme. My favorite part of the mech is probably like these opaque cockpit, like windshield pieces on the legs. I think that those are really awesome, and I like those pieces in general. The feet seem to be a good design. I just don't like the color scheme on them. Again, hips look like a good design. Even the chest looks like a good design. I don't like these ends of the arms, and I don't like the fingers because I'd rather they have like claws or something better to like grip than just these little stamp pieces at the end. And I don't like that thumb either. Again, the swords seem a little bit short, like they seem really fat for Nia. And the head is a huge no for me. And like the shooters up here, like no. I basically just hate like the arm sections and the head of this mech. Everything else, I could even maybe get behind like the red X if like the color scheme was a little bit better, but I'm just not happy with what I'm seeing here. I just don't think it looks good, and I'm really disappointed because I was hoping for a Samurai X mech that actually looked like the original, and it doesn't need to look like the original. Not everything has to look like the original for nostalgia's sake. That's fine. But I don't like what LEGO went for here, especially with the arms. I think that that's way too bulky, and it does not fit this mech. And the black, there's too much black. Like, this medium azure color or dark azure color with black and gold and red, it's just too much. And then there's grays mixed in. Like, it's too much. LEGO needs to, like, get their color scheming under control, because a lot of sets I felt like recently have just been way too much color in them. Nia fits in right here, but there's, again, these boxes are so useless. They show you, like, nothing. Like, I can't see any detail of the mech. I don't know how it looks from the back. I don't have, like, better angles of it, so maybe it does look better than I'm expecting just based off of this one stance, but it's kind of hard to judge. And so, yeah, I do feel kind of let down by this set, because I'm sure it'll be a cool design. This is just never something that, well, I shouldn't say never, because a lot of Ninjago mechs have surprised me after I've built them, but I just don't think I could ever display this proudly, like as a centerpiece of my Ninjago displays, with a color scheme like this. It's just, it's too much. Please let me know what you guys think about these Ninjago sets in the comments below, because this is a huge blowout wave. There's so much like gold and purple, and yes, it really does feel like it's an ending for Ninjago. That being said, I wish I liked the sets better, because I was really excited about them from the sound of the list, and maybe I got my hopes up, but for me, the vehicles are a huge, huge letdown. For the most part, Zane's jet, amazing, perfect, love that thing. But yeah, I'm not feeling Cole's, I'm not feeling Jay's bike. And that's kind of a shame, because like $40 cars and $20 bikes, that's Ninjago's bread and butter. I'm surprised that these ones are so bad, for lack of a better term. I don't think they're bad builds, I just think they're bad, at least appearance and function wise, compared to other Ninjago sets. That being said, minifigures are outstanding. There are some sets I really love, like the Golden Ultra Dragon, and like, the Crystal King Temple and the Crystal King. But the super expensive prices on some of these also, like kind of kill them for me. So I feel like 2022 Ninjago has been a huge mixed bag, and I'm disappointed to see that continue into the summer wave. But let me know what you guys think about these sets. Like I said, I'm really, really eager to hear you guys' thoughts. Please like and subscribe as well, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com. I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.